This is BB again. This is to do with my ongoing chronicling of what's happening to me. Something I noticed today is when it comes to my relationship with people who can help me, people who can potentially help me, who potentially not have the, I'm not asking for money, but for people who can put me onto people who can help me, or whether it's a family member, people who will believe me, people who will have a sympathetic ear, some people who will have an empathetic ear, people who will just see past all the normal things that would come to somebody's mind. Like there might be drug use involved, alcohol use involved, she might be going insane, she might be seeing things, maybe she has a mental problem. That's me in this case. And who can see past all that, but mostly people who has known me prior to a year ago. People who know me as sane, who knows me as being independent, who knows me as a hard worker, who knows that I always pay my rent on or before time, all my bills are paid on time, and I never asked anybody for a dime. These are the people that mostly you will find, if this happens to you, you will be disconnected from those people, because those people are your support group. Those are the people who will make you stronger. Those are the relationships who will make you stronger and who will stand with you and who will help you to find things out about what's happening to you. It's like divide and conquer. Isolation, this is what they're trying to do to me. They're trying to isolate me, to keep me isolated. Now, in my opinion, from what's happening to me, when you isolate somebody, now, like I said, I have an inheritance. I have several of them actually. Well, two of them that I know of for sure. From my dad and my grandma. I'm having a problem right now getting the paperwork ready for trying to claim my inheritance from my dad. This is my biological father. Parents were married, everything legal, everything above board. But I seem to be having a little bit of a problem getting the paperwork ready. Now, if you're being hacked, this is normal. This is one of the things, unfortunately, in my life I have come to, I have to be forced to accept. Paperwork, anything online is a bit of a problem when it comes to me. See that right there, what I just said? That's what's going to scare people away from me. Not because they're mean or because they don't want to get involved, but because this is what they use also to scare people away. When I open my mouth and I use the word hacking and I explain what's happening to me, people get scared because they don't want to be hacked. They don't want to be having people watch them and their family. They don't want these things. But unfortunately, I have to contend with it. The only thing I have here is a cat. I have a cat. And this is her right here. I have a cat. And she's my family, so she really doesn't care. But the thing is, this is what scares people. So it's like you become your own worst enemy. They just start the process and then they watch the person dig a hole and put themselves in it. Now, for the people who are doing this to me, to know this to this extent, I am not the only person they've done this to. I will swear with my hand on the Bible if I have to. I am pretty sure that I'm not the first person they've done this to. They already know the rodeo. They've done this to people before. They know what people's normal reactions are, and they also know what they will get away with. What the police will listen to, what the police won't pay attention to, which law enforcement agency will help you and which ones won't. When this started happening to me last year, I called this place called Legal Aid. I set up an account. Legal aid said that there's nothing that they can do legally. They can't contact the landlord, they can't send a letter, to them or the landlord, because I was ready to do something legally. I wanted to know, if I go to the police, what should I tell them? They said that you should go to the police, but what I should do is try to get a private detective to do some research to find out what's really going on, and then they can legally take action based on what he or she finds. That's when my business started suffering and getting attacked. Because I work online, and as to a hacker, I'm like an easy target. People like me are easy targets for them. They will cripple your business. What it is, there wasn't this gang stalking element. I wasn't seeing a lot of people around or anything like that. I think one day they pushed me out of my house. And how did they do this? By scaring me? Sitting around my house? I don't know if they were drugging me against my will. I can't say that for sure because I don't know. I don't know. I would love to say that, but I cannot because I don't know. We live close enough, but I really don't know. I don't know. So the thing is, they were sitting around my house. Well, I saw two people. I know one of them, the other one I don't, because I barely saw the outline of his shirt. But at night, while I would sleep there, I would be in my bed sleeping. Somebody would be turning on the plumbing system because it makes a lot of noise, like about 5-6 times a night. That's just to keep me awake, which is pretty much the same thing they're doing here, is to keep me constantly awake, keep me agitated, keep me angry, keep me with these dark circles, make me look older, make me look decrepit, make me feel hopeless, helpless, and all these good stuff. This is pretty much what they want. So when people look at you, look at my appearance, combined with what I'm saying, which seems so abstract because I don't have anything physically to show them except a hacked Google account and clients who's been hacked into, and people took money off their cards. And a few instances where I have a neighbor across the street who actually saw and smelled some strange scents in my house. So I have that. But aside from that, I don't know what else I have. And my stamps, the stamps my grandma left me, they've just disappeared. And I'm having a hard time getting a hold of my dad's inheritance. I can't seem to get the paperwork streamlined, and I don't know. But the thing is, why do they want to isolate people? Hackers, to this extent, who is looking for big bucks, big money. Those stamps probably cost a lot of money. They're probably worth a lot of money, I should say, right? Because I don't know how much she bought them from. This was like in the 40s or 30s or whatever. I don't know how much she paid for them. I don't know. I don't know when she bought them. I know who she bought them from. I just don't know when she bought them. When exactly, but I know she kept them for years and years and years. And they must be worth a lot of money. Now, there are people out there with items, old things, new things, that cost a lot of money too. What would be the ideal target for a hacker who wants to steal? Well, who would be the ideal target for them? Somebody like me. Somebody who's not close to her family. Never have been. Because I'm the only one who lived in California. Everybody else lived all around the world. They know each other. They're close to each other. But I was by myself. I don't have any siblings. Both my parents are dead. My grandparents are dead. So really and truly, I'm alone. I was an only child, so I'm accustomed to being alone. I'm accustomed to being alone. I was brought up to be isolated from people. My dad was super, super, super strict. So I'm accustomed. It's not something out of the norm for me to be alone like this. This is how I was brought up. And going back to the question, who would be like an ideal target for a hacker or thief, or hacker/thief? Or, gang stalking, gang mobbing, is somebody like me. Because they will build this fence around you. in your own head as well as target other people. They will cause you to become your own worst enemy. The way you start to look after this lack of sleep, spritzing, spraying, angry all the time, feeling upset all the time. You know, your appearances start to go. This you're not taking care of yourself because you're preoccupied with this 24 hours a day. So what happened back in King City compared to now? But I've digressed when I say I would be like an ideal target for them. Isolate me and then just gradually just disappear off the map. It makes you wonder how many people out there are sleeping on the bridges, but they're millionaires in the real world, and somebody else is enjoying their money. They have property, they have family property, they have inheritances, they have money, businesses they've probably started halfway, and they've been taken over, and they're making money, and they're sleeping under a bridge. I'm not saying that everybody is. They have money. But I'm saying, you don't know. We don't know these things. It just causes you to wonder. But I would be like an ideal person for hackers to target, because I'm alone, and look what they've done to me. It's like I was always like older looking because I'm overweight. I'm not one much for appearances, but I looked a lot different from this. And I slept last night because I'm wearing a mask now to sleep. So, but the dark circles are still there. Well, I do wear glasses, so that does account for some of the darkness, but not like this. Like a raccoon. I look like a raccoon. I know what I look like. It was never this bad. But aside from that, going back to last year, I called legal aid and they said get the private detective. And the private detective, there was nothing. I couldn't do anything. Because at that point, I realized I was being hacked. And the neighbors, they said they don't want to be hacked. So I had to disconnect the internet from my name. So because I was using one of these AT&T, and AT&T would only give internet to the big building in the compound. So I was the one paying for it. So I stopped paying for it. So the people there, they were paying for it, and they wouldn't have shared it with me, which I didn't ask them to, because the point is they didn't want to be hacked either. I have a sneaky suspicion they thought I was hacking them, and I think that was also part of the grand plan of the other people who were actually doing the hacking, was to put all of this on me eventually, make it look like I was the one doing the hacking. So I'm working online, so I had to get another internet because I need internet connection. My phone was being frozen all the time. I would hear click, click, click. One of the things they use is something that clicks, like pressing buttons, like those old-time tape recorders where they press the buttons. Now, I don't know if that's it, or that she was just doing that to give me the impression it's something like that. I don't know. They just like to toy with people. They get an immense pleasure in toying with people, because it gives them a feeling of superiority, a feeling of super intelligence, that they're above everybody else, they're smarter, they're just, everybody else is stupid, everybody else is crazy, they've got a handle on everything, they're 10 steps ahead of everybody. For them, that's quite the head rush. Well, that's all they have, though. They don't have anything else except stolen money. But, and they probably have to live spending the rest of their life looking over their shoulders, which I don't think anybody wants, except for them, of course. But the thing is, I had to get alternate internet. I called one of the local companies that would offer the satellite. He went up on my roof and he said there was no clear line of sight, so I couldn't get any internet, which is another reason why I had to move out. But I was also very, very paranoid. I was worried for my business because, like I said, I work online. So even if they were drugging me, if they were putting stuff, all my paranoia was focused on one thing, and that's my business suffering. I didn't want to, be without money, because took care of my own needs, and I take care of my cat. So all my fear was concentrated on my livelihood. So this is why also I had to move. So, but my thing is, when he suggested I get the private detective was when this really started to amp up. I think they became scared. I think they became a little bit scared. They started to worry. This is why they crippled my business at its knee. They just cut it off. I made a lot of money in 2018, a lot of money in 2019. About April of last year, that's when everything started to go really bad for me financially. In July, my Google Ads account was hacked into. They racked up about $20,000. The Google had to close the account. I created another Google Ads account. I just found out that one has been suspended as well. I'm not sure what's going on. When I say they've attacked my business, they really did a number on me. I have all these spam stuff coming in, all these spam stuff, all these just stupid stuff. People really with nothing to do, which is why I know there's something like this. They're trying to push this gang stalking angle. Well, I don't know. Where are they getting all these people from? I mean, are they just going and advertising on the internet, looking for people to terrorize this woman? They'll give them X amount of dollars, pay them $20 an hour. What are they doing? I don't know how does one advertise for gang stalkers? How does one advertise? I am not smart enough to... Somebody tell me, how does one advertise for them? Call me a big dumbo, because I don't know how. I don't understand how. But what I'm saying is that please look for people around you with this isolation. If you have a friend and you've always known them to be level-headed, and suddenly something like this is happening to them, talk to them. Talk to them, and if they want to go get some medication, and if they're saying there's nothing wrong with them, ask them to show you some signs. To show you something that some kind of sign that this is happening. Don't dismiss them that easily. And even if you can't see any signs, listen to what they're saying. If they're consistent in what they're saying, there's some truth to it. Out of every bunch of lies, there's one element of truth in it. There's some truth that started the lies. Something that people don't want found out that started the lies. So please don't give up on them. Help them. Just listen to what they're saying. If they're consistent, listen to what they're saying. If you have any ideas on how to help me or give me some ideas or tips, please let me know. I am at my wit's end. If you know of any police department that I can talk to, or any officer in the FBI that I can reach out to, I need help. Because I don't know what else to do. I need help. I just need help. This is not going to get any better for me. They have one thing and they want me dead. I know that. They want me dead. I can't think of anything else. After a whole year, I don't have a lot other conclusions to come to. I don't think... If you can think of one, let me know. If you can think there's some other motive that they have, please let me know. It's 405-332-3968. That's my phone number. 405-332-3968. Thank you.